Story time, story time. We can't always talk about these really sad or depressing moments or memories. No. We got to think about the positive in the future. But sometimes we can reflect back on some weird things that kind of just happened in our lives. And I want to share with you kind of one of my experiences growing up. So I DJ'd for many years. I don't want to put a number on it, but it was more than like 20 something years. And I started off super small, but when I first started off, I started off at the clubs around the Bay Area, Silicon Valley, in California, and then I DJ'd mostly gay clubs. To be honest with you, I'm not gay, but I am straight. But I'm not gay, but I had many gay friends, and I DJ'd mostly gay clubs, and I kind of stuck with the gay clubs that I did DJ at because they paid the most. Dude, they paid me the most. I mean, I would knock out like 3 or 4 hours, and I'd get paid $500 in one night. And the straight club, I mean, you knock out 1 hour and you get paid like, like $50. And so then and here's the story. Here's the weird thing that happened. I thought I was doing really well. I had purchased, plenty of music. This was back in the day when I had vinyl and we were carrying around vinyl everywhere. And we were loading, I had still the milk crates and stuff like that. I thought I was starting to get fancier. I got like better headphones. I got better bags to carry and cases to carry my records, record cleaner, and all that other stuff. Like, it was kind of like you had all your tools of the trade, to go playing. And I started to get booked I started to meet some people that did some raves in the Bay Area in California. San Francisco, Oakland, Santa Clara, San Jose, Sunnyvale, Gilroy, and things of that nature. My first rave I did was in a big, huge warehouse. And it was in the Bay Area of California, and it was huge. It was a huge warehouse. To me, at least, it was huge. It was probably, I'd say, on the top 5, one of the top 5 biggest indoor warehouses that I've ever seen, ever been to. And I played in that one. I went in there, and there was one of the funny thing, there was like 2 headliners for that night. I went on right before the headliners. I was so grateful and blessed. It's kind of like it's kind of cool to go on right before the headliner. But before me, there was about I want to say like 2 other DJs before me. Then there was me, and then there were the 2 headliners. So I go on, and I think at this point, I'm kind of into the game a little bit. I kind of know what's going on. I've been DJing for a while, and I go there with my girlfriend, my hot girlfriend. She's only with me because I'm a DJ. She's freaking hot. Every guy wanted her, or at least I think they did. But anyway, she ended up like sleeping with like everyone under the rug, and that's an old story. And we go up on stage. It has this top stage, so there's a huge warehouse, right? And there's this top stage, and you have to walk up the steps to get on stage. And on stage, there's speakers, and in front of the stage, there's also speakers. And there's this wall of speakers. It just towers up way past above our heads, like towering above our heads, at least 15 feet above our heads. And it's a wall. It's just spread out across the whole side of the stage there. And we go up, we walk past the speakers, and we start walking up the stairs. The sound starts sounding very different. Now we're behind the speakers. This is the first time I ever experienced kind of what is it called, like reverb, where it's the sound from the speaker. Although the speaker is facing that way towards the crowd, there's a sound wave that actually hits the wall, and it hits the wall, and it actually comes back. So this sound is coming as a delay response to the sound that already left this way. So it's almost like a woo woo woo. And it's just where you're sitting in front of the speaker, it's just one continuous sound, and behind the speaker, it's I don't know if that makes any sense to you guys, if you guys don't know what I'm talking about, but I'm just trying to give you sound to kind of give you an idea. And it's the first time I've ever experienced that. Before, I'm always inside the club scene. In the club scene, we got loudspeakers, but the sound quality is so good when you're encapsulated in a smaller space. And this is just huge, massive, and it's a wall of speakers, and it's just like it. There, you don't know where the bass line is at. I get up on decks. It's a massive, big controlling system. They got like 3 different decks up on there. They got like 6 different turntables. DJ, the headliner DJ, what's up, man? You're going on before me? All right, make me look good. And I'm like, yeah, no problem, brother. Look, nice to meet you. Being cool with everybody. All right, it's cool. And I get up on there. I kiss my girl. I'm like, hang out with me here, baby. And she's like, yeah, sure. So she's hanging out by my records. And then I put the first track on. I'm like, I'm gonna hit him, and that was always my thing. I'm gonna hit him with one of the best bangers, like right off the bat. And they say don't do that, but I always went against the grain, and I think that's kind of what made me really, what attracted people towards me. Just hit him hard, hit him really good, not hard and fast, but like hit him with some good rhythm, some good flow, and then just kind of take him on a journey from there. And then so I put on this really nice track. It was very popular at the time. It was like hot to get in the record store. I had to go to a couple record stores to finally get it. I got this track. I knew it was going to be a great one. I knew someone was going to be playing it that night. One of my headliners would be. So let me go ahead and put on the remix version of it. And I tossed it in. And first thing I realized, I put my headphones up as I normally do. I mix from one headphone on my ear and then me listening to the speakers coming outside so I can match my beats. So I put the headphone in and I'm like, man, I'm not hearing nothing. Like, I don't hear nothing. I'm trying to cue it up. I'm queuing it up to vinyl record, and I'm hearing nothing. I'm trying to cue it up, and then I realize the thing is not all the way up. So I turn it all the way up. I'm still trying to hear the beat. I'm like, I hear nothing. I'm like, something's wrong with this. I even told the guy, bro, like, I think there's things wrong. Is my headphones wrong? Is something wrong? And he goes, you know what, we don't have a second pair of headphones. I'm sorry, you can't borrow mine. I'm sorry, it's just my rule. I go, no problem. I go, but is something wrong? Because I feel like I can't hear anything out of my headphones. He's like, nah, I just think your headphones aren't that powerful for this system. And I realized, dang, I need to upgrade to some real pro level headphones. I thought I had some good headphones. I spent some good money on these headphones. They were like almost $100. Good quality sound that I was getting from it, so I can hear the details, so I can crisp and fine tune my tuning as I'm mixing in the club. But man, the sound was so massively powerful, I could not hear any sound coming out of the headphone. And then when we spoke to each other in the back, on stage and behind the speakers, on stage as I'm overlooking everybody, when we spoke to each other, we had to speak to each other like this. I had to put my ear like this while he yelled this way, and then I heard him, and then we put like this and yell that way. So this is the only way that we can communicate. It was that loud, I swear to you. And so I press the headphone up real tight, and I'm rolling my thing, and I feel something, and I feel the bass line. I was like, there it is. That's the cue mark. That's my cue mark. And I go, and I boom, 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 and I start playing it, and I feel the rhythm a little bit here. I hear it a little bit, just enough. But the bass line, I can feel it. I'm to have it so loud up. I have the volume loud up in my headphones. I'm pressing it up all the way up my ear. I'm making sure I'm not closing my ear hole canal. I have the hole right there, the headphone hole right on my ear canal, pressing as hard as I can, covering it with my hand. And I hear and I feel the bass line. I'm not kidding you. I can feel the bass line on my face, in my ear, kind of like hitting my ear. And I said, okay, that's it. That's all I need is the bass line. Just a little sensation. So I said, let's go ahead and go forward with this. I cue it up. I start hit it, boom. I match my beats. Okay, I go in, and I'm just, as it's coming in, I hear really no rhythm, no other percussion, no other lows or mids. I just hear, no other highs or mids. I just hear the lows, the bass line. And I just feel it. And as I'm feeling it, I'm by luck, I'm like, okay, it's matching to the sound that's coming out of the speakers. And mind you, it's kind of like a reverb type sound, So I'm not getting 100% clarity on the outside. I'm not getting 100% clarity on the inside, but at least I'm matching the sensation, truly the sensation, not so much sound here. And so I'm going in, and as I'm moving my fader over, and I'm mixing and mixing, and I'm moving my fader over, then I can start hearing my song come out, and it sounds smooth, and I'm like, oh, it's good. And so I almost had to go in it with like, let's just see if it works out, because I'm feeling the bass from the actual speaker headphone hit my face, and I'm going off the sensation of it hitting me to the rhythm that I'm hearing outside. And so if I matched the feeling of it hitting on my face to the sound, I swear I've never did that before. I was always just regular DJ, just whatever, just hear the music and just mix it in. But this time was the weirdest experience. You really have to be there. I was matching the feeling of pressure on my face to the sound coming out of the speaker, and even that sound was blurry. And I mixed like that for the rest of the night. I had a really good set. I did an 1.5-hour set before the headliner came on. They gave me high five. They said I did a great job. I did such a great job, they asked me to come on again later on. And I said, yeah, sure. They came out for like another 45 minutes. And man, I had a great time that night. It was my very first rave. I did several other raves like that in the Bay Area. And but man, I'll never forget the sensation of me having crappy headphones with a massive over 100,000 watts of sound just coming out of the speakers. I wanted to share that story with you. It was crazy. Yeah, I hope to share many stories with you. I know this was kind of off subject, but it's okay to kind of look and reflect back on some weird things that kind of happen in our lives and just kind of see where we're at right now. I love you guys. I hope you guys are doing well. Think positive. Don't ever give up on yourselves. You're the greatest. You're the best fathers. You're the best mothers. I love you guys, and we're going to get through this, okay? Keep striving. Keep a positive attitude. It's going to be okay. The sun shines on dirt. So let's do this. I love you guys. Take care.